Hey guys, today's video is a mini tea of things happening on the internet. My social media will be in the description along with my beauty channel, anything else you might need to find. Subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement, and let's get into it. So, my first story for today is David Dobrik. So David Dobrik actually, after being cancelled off the internet, I feel like he's slowly making a comeback. His videos are doing well. He's not really like losing subscribers. He's kind of just like doing good. Like, I feel like people are still watching his videos, they're still, doing whatever, and I feel like he's slowly getting advertisers back, not advertisers on YouTube, but like sponsors of the internet. I'm pretty sure Triller said they would want to work with him again. So he's really just like no consequences for any of his actions. Whether you think he deserves some consequences or not, he's not getting them. But he recently went to Lollapalooza with all of his friends, and H3 Ethan spoke about the fact that one of his friends was performing and he had like an after party at Lollapalooza that a lot of influencers like to go to. You have to be kind of like invited. Personally, they're not things that you can just go to with like a general admission ticket. You have to like be famous and be invited, and David's team had messaged their team to try and get invited into the party, and essentially he was not invited. He was kicked out, and Ethan's friend had actually messaged him and was like, David's trying to get into my party, like I'm not going to invite him, I'm going to actually get him kicked out. And there was a video of him on stage basically saying like, David tries to get into the party and he's kicked out, I'm not going to allow someone like that to be attending my after parties, like. And then the whole crowd cheered. It sounds like a made-up story, like if you just said that, it's like, oh, and the whole crowd clapped. But like, it's true. The whole crowd did clap and they were like very excited about this. So not going too great for David. I feel like as much as he's got support from his friends and from some like peers, like Tana Mojo is like fine with him and people like that, there are still many people that saw mainstream media cover this story and they're just not okay with David Dobrik and they don't want anything to do with him. Then we have Lauren Gray, who actually spoke about influencer parties and that whole scene. So she did a interview where she essentially spoke about the fact that she recently got caught up in parties again. She like wanted to attend parties, she wanted to be social, and she went to them and she said it's the most sad and depressing thing that she's ever been involved with, and that she literally like people go and no one likes anyone. People just hate each other and they just hang out so they can take pictures together and post on Instagram and make TikToks, and they don't actually want to spend time together. It's not like an environment where people are hanging out and like having fun. It's all just to film TikToks and TikTok dances and to network. And she said she's kind of fed up with it. Like, she's got her core group of friends that she's friends with, and that's all that she really wants to do. She wants to just hang out with her friends. And I feel like it paints a whole different perspective of the LA influencer scene, where a lot of the relationships that we see are being put in question, because it's like, how many of those are actual genuine friendships and relationships versus just networking and wanting to be friends for the internet. So yeah, there's just like a lot of that, and she definitely confirmed that. She's one of those influencers that just seems really genuine. Like, she's young, she's like 19, but she seems to just like get the world and understand it. And she seems to just really have a good head on her shoulders, is what I'm saying. I think she went through like her influencer phase like a few years ago, and now she's just like long gone. She's like, I don't want to think about it, I just want to move on. We also have Danielle Con. That's a bit of a throwback. I used to talk about Danielle Con when her mom used to lie about her age. They still do, but now Danielle's about 15, which means that she should technically be 18 soon, because when she was 11, 12, they were saying that she was 15. So if she's 15 now, she's going to be 18 soon. But how are they going to keep on faking the fact that she's now an adult when she's not? Like, it was very easy to fake her being 15 versus 12, because at 15 there are not really many like milestones that you hit. You're just 15 and that's it. But now that she's 18, there are going to be some milestones that are going to be hit. Like, you're an adult, it's very easily proven if you are an adult or not. So now it's getting more difficult to prove that. And then when she's 21 versus 18, like, is she allowed to buy alcohol? People are just going to be like, go buy alcohol then, go do that. So yeah, she's now apparently 15, which means she should be 18. And apparently there are some images still circulating and some things about her mom being like the puppet master behind the scenes, controlling everything. So there was like this one clip where they went to the beach and Danielle looked really like upset in one of the videos. I'm gonna play it for you guys.
Why do you look so mad?
I hate my life.
Why?
I'm on my period.
Because you're on your what?
Period.
So you hate your life because you're on your period? You're at the beautiful beach.
Can't go in anyways. Just put on a bikini for a photo.
And she was like, her mom was like, why are you upset? And she kept on filming her. And she was like, well, because we came to the beach and I can't even be on the beach. I have to keep on changing clothes and taking pictures. And it just seems like, with like a bunch of Danny's pictures being really provocative, it adds that extra layer of ew to the fact that her mum's probably the one taking those provocative pictures of her daughter and putting them on the internet while her daughter's 15. Like, there is a time and place for provocative pictures, and that time and place is not at 15 years old. There are just so many weird people on the internet. Like, we just do not need to do that. And the fact that her mum's doing it, and it's not really Danny's choice or Danny's like way of wanting to live. Then there's also this thing where Danny's got a fan fuel account, which is essentially a very similar concept to Patreon or OnlyFans, which adds a layer of, once again, ew, let's not do this to children. She's 15. And if at any point I say ew, that's not anything to do with her looks. Before anyone tries to even attempt to say that, it's ew because she's a minor. And it's just a gross thing to do to your child as a parent, just before anyone tries to make it something it isn't. So she's got a fan fuel, which it was supposed to be allegedly just like extra content for her fans that they want to pay for. But when she did promos, and I'm not going to put them in this video because it makes me uncomfortable, any promos would be the way people promote their OnlyFans, which is like she would cover up all the areas that are more provocative and then say swipe up and you can like subscribe to my fan fuel. Even if the pictures aren't provocative on fan fuel, the way she's promoting them is as if they were provocative. And then add another layer. I think it was Anna Oops spoke about the fact that on Reddit, someone actually posted some of the obviously content that she posts on fan fuel, and it was one that she was twerking. 15 is what she is. So that's been wonderful. Then we have James Charles apparently releasing music. That's not really confirmed. I don't know if I've seen him talk about it, but apparently there's some kind of a theory going around that he'll be posting music. I don't know if that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Talking about musicians, we have Olivia Rodrigo, who is a recent blow up act on TikTok, you know, huge singer. She released her album Sour, and she's just released merch, and a lot of people are now posting TikToks talking about how bad the merch is. Like, the quality of it is completely not what was advertised. They're comparing it to like the pictures that were posted online. It's supposed to be like a vintage look, really cute outfits, and it all looks like Fruit of the Loom, like just really bad. Apparently like the quality is really bad, the timing is really bad. One girl said that she ordered it in May, she still hasn't received it or any like information about it, and she's actually moved house now, and she's like, I've now moved house, still don't have my clothes, and now they're going to go to a whole different address. And then apparently she's trying to email them, but they're not responding, so it's just like not great customer service. We have, once again, regarding musicians, I like how this is all linking together, Addison Rae officially confirmed her relationship with Omar, who is Machine Gun Kelly's guitarist, and like he's hanging out with like a bunch of celebrities. And Bryce actually, there was like this there was like this resurfaced interview with Bryce Hall where he speaks about Omar and their whole relationship and basically tries to shade him and is like, yeah, I don't know who he is, I didn't know who he was until he started hanging out with Addison Rae. And there are actually some tweets from Bryce now that this has been confirmed, and by confirmed I mean Addison posted a kind of like a silhouette video of her and Omar kissing, and then he reposted it on his Instagram stories, and then she posted a picture and he commented under that he like loves her, and she responded back to him. And then there was a fan page that reposted a picture of them, and Addison's mom commented on that and basically just said that she like loves this guy for Addison, and he's really nice to her, and that, you know, he's just a great guy. So that's been confirmed. And then Bryce started tweeting, basically just being like, wow, onto like just very angry. But that's really weird to me because he's being so angry while also allegedly dating Riley, who is another TikToker, and they're like kissing in videos. So I just don't understand why he's angry when he's doing the same thing. Where's the anger coming from? I don't understand it. And then regarding Bryce Hall, this is all linking together. He's actually suing Austin McBroom because he still hasn't been paid for the fight. And with Austin, he's being now sued by multiple people, including the brand that he worked with to stream the fight. He's sued for about $100 million, like altogether now. So there's apparently some stuff about him not marketing the fight properly. So they would give him pointers as to how to market the fight, and he just did none of it. They told him, tell all the fighters to post. He didn't do that. The fighters didn't post about it. They did less than 200,000 pay-per-view, and they wanted to do about 3 million in pay-per-view sales, as in not revenue, as in like 3 million separate pay-per-view sales, if that makes sense, each costing about $50. So you can imagine how much money they thought they were going to make. They did less than 200,000 pay-per-view sales, which times 50 is obviously a lot less than what he thought he was going to do. Apparently, they're now all filing for bankruptcy. So the company that he created for the fight is now filing for bankruptcy, which is Social Gloves. And there are now some statements. So apparently, like, Austin's side is saying this is not a scam. We did 2 million pay-per-view, not 200,000. Like, this was a great event. Everyone's being paid. And then the other side saying no one's getting paid, less than 200,000 pay-per-view. stop lying. Now he's being also sued by Taylor Holder, Nathan Wyatt, just like a few people that were fighting are now suing him. Taylor Holder actually did a interview where he spoke about this, where he's basically just saying like, no one's being paid, it flopped, it did a lot less than it did. But on top of that, there was also just like some bad boxing practices being put in place. So for example, Taylor Holder wasn't in the weight class that they put him into, so he actually weighed a lot less. And they told him 2 weeks before the fight, hey, can you put on 10 pounds? And he said, that's physically impossible, I'm not going to do that. And they still made him fight against someone that was at least 10 pounds heavier than him, in a different weight class. And he said that the weight they put on the screen was not how much he weighed, they just lied. So he said, I'm not going to put on 10 pounds. And they said, okay, well, you can still do the fight and we'll just say that you weighed 10 pounds more, which he's now blaming on the fact that he lost the fight. He's saying that it's because he weighed less and he wasn't supposed to be in that weight class. So there are apparently about $100 million worth of lawsuits against Austin McBroom. And that is including also Catherine McBroom being sued by her business partners for her skincare line. So they're being sued all around. Like all around, a lot of money is being sued for. And they're just posting pictures in like mermaid cosplay outfits as if nothing is happening. I saw some of the posters and some of like the mock-ups of how Austin sold the fight to people. So he said that like Kevin Hart was going to host the show, even though he never spoke to Kevin Hart about this, and Kevin Hart was out of the country while all of this was happening. James Charles was supposed to sing the national anthem. That's a good selling point. There was supposed to be $500 million in revenue, $500 million in revenue because of a YouTube versus TikToker fight. How did anyone agree to this? I'm just very confused. The thing is, I do understand like some people got scammed, people are not, you know, getting paid, which is really sad. But also, how did you see that mock-up and think, oh yeah, that sounds about right? YouTubers versus TikTokers is going to make $500 million in revenue. Anyway, apparently, as the event was finishing, like right before, Austin McBroom was already getting like bankruptcy lawyers and people getting involved, which means he was probably like, he probably knew they were screwed and he knew how much they sold, and he knew he wasn't going to be able to pay people, so he just like didn't. And he was starting to like already prepare for bankruptcy, yeah, so he doesn't have to pay debts that he owes people. Apparently the British side got paid, so there were 2 British fighters. One of them was Addison Rae, and apparently everyone on the British side got paid before the event happened. So they put in their contract, I have to be paid before I even step in the ring. But the American side and the American TikTokers and YouTubers didn't do that, which means now, like if there's no money, they're not going to be paid. I feel like, I don't know how much more Austin McBroom and Catherine have to do to be cancelled, because they're literally just scamming people. They scammed their fans, they scammed multiple different people, they would lie about things like the charity donations that they did, which were always less than what they said. And now they're literally being sued by a bunch of influencers in LA, like a bunch of their peers, their colleagues. And I feel like they're still going to continue to have fans and have a career because their fans are really young and they don't really understand the concept of like money and paying people and not scamming people. So anyway, that's all happening with Austin McBroom. I thought I'd update you guys. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything in the comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every time something happens. So hit that bell when you know when that's happening. Social media links, any of the links in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.